Hi, this is Shamin here. In this video, I'm going to teach you PSS, that is the Pennsylvania System of School Assessment, Mathematics Item and Scoring Sampler, that is 2022 to 2023, Grade 5. Alright, so let's get started. So here's the number one question. Question one in this sampler is to be solved without the use of a calculator. So multiple choice items, number one, that is 372 times 108. So what's the correct answer? So using the standard algorithm, that is the multiplies 372 by 8 and 372 by 100 and then adds the partial products, that is 2976 plus 37,200. All right, so answer will be C, the correct answer, that is the 40,176. All right, question number two, the 10 by 10 grid shown below represents one whole. So the decimal number Q is represented by the shaded part of the grid. Which statement correctly compares the value of Q with two other numbers? So what's the correct answer, guys? So first you need to identify 0.34 as the value of Q, since 34 of 100 squares are the shaded. So if you see the shaded side, that is 0.34 to 0.305, either by comparing the digit in the 10th place, that is 3 equal 3, and then the digits in the hundreds place, that is 4, that is the less than 0. So or the expanding 0.34 to 0.340 and then comparing the digits after the decimal point, and compares 0.34 to 0.35, either by comparing the digits in the 10th place and then the digits in the 100 place. So obviously here the correct answer is B. The value of Q is greater than the 0.305 and less than 0.35. All right. Question number three. Four number sentences are shown below, some of which are not true. So each number is rounded to the nearest tenth. The comparison symbol in each number sentence remains the same. Which number sentence is rounded correctly and is true? So what's the correct answer, guys? So first you need to round 325.64 down to 325.6 based on the 4 in the hundreds place, and rounds 325.654 down to 325.5 based on the 4 in the hundred place, and then compares 325.6 to 325.5 by the comparing the digits in the hundred place. So obviously here you can see that is the then the digits in the tens place, then the digits in the one place, and then the digits in the tens place. So here is the correct answer is D, that is the number sentence. 325.64 less than 325.54 becomes 325.6, that is the less than 325.5. All right, so let's go next one. Question number 4. Sarana has one large and one small beehive. Information about the hives and the bees living in each hive is listed below. So there are 1050 bees living in the large hive, and the number of bees living in the small hive is zero point 0.7 times the number of bees living in the large hive. So the bee is living in the small hive visit, that is the 2500 flowers each day. The bees living in this large hive visit zero point 0.8 times the number of flowers visited each day by the bees living in the small hive. So which statement about the bees is true? So what do you think? First, you need to analyze the question, what's the given here, and what you need to figure out which statement about the bees is true. So here's the first you need to determine the number of flowers the bee is living in the large hive with each day by multiplying the number of flowers the bee is living in the small hive visit each day by zero point 0.8. So here the correct answer is D. That is the bee is living in the large hive with 2000 flowers each day. Let's go to the next one. Question number 5. Which steps should be performed first when subtracting 1 by 5 from 5 by 7? So what's the correct answer? So first you need to recognize that the fractions can't be subtracted without first finding a common denominator, and that a common denominator can be found by multiplying the two given denominators. So here the correct answer is D. Find a common denominator by multiplying 5 and 7. Question number 6. Aaron's fish bowl contains 2 and 3/5 gallons of water. Brian's fish bowl contains 1 and 7/8 gallons of water. How many more gallons of water does Aaron's fish bowl contain than Brian's fish bowl? So first, you need to analyze the question. Then you can see the converse 2 and 3/5 to an improper fraction by multiplying 2 by 5, then adding 3 for the denominator. Then you can find 13 divided by 5 and converse 1 and 7/8 to an improper fraction by multiplying 1 by 8, then adding 7 for the numerator. Then what you will find, so you see here is a 15 divided by 8, then you multiplies 13 divided by 5 by 8 divided by 8 by 8. So here is multiplies 15 by 8 by 5 divided by 5 to get equivalent fractions with a common denominator. Now you get the answer, guys. Then your answer is a C. That is 29 divided by 40. That is the correct answer. Question number 7. Which story matches the expression that is the 18 minus 3 times 4 divided by 2? Which story matches? Here's some story, guys. First you need to analyze, then you find here. First you need to identify the story in which 3 is multiplied by 4, that is the 3 pence for 4 each, before subtracting the product from 18, the rest of the money, with the difference being divided by 2, so equally with this his sister. So here's the correct answer. You got that right. Let's go the next 8 number. When finding the value of the expression 18 minus 24 divide by 3 times 2 plus 18, which operation should be completed first? So which operation? First, you need to recognize that the operations inside the grouping symbols should be completed fast, and identifies that division, multiplication are equal in order to operations, and performs the operation from left to right within the grouping symbols and starting with division. So here the correct answer is B. 24 divided by 3. Question number 9. Andrew has a 3.5 liters of juice for a party, he needs 1.5 times the amount of juice he has already. The expression shown below represents the total amount of juice in liters. Andrew needs, but one number is missing. So here, what number should go into the box so the expression represents the total amount of juice in liters Andrew needs? So what number should go? So here is a first you need to recognize that a mixed number is the sum of the whole part and the fraction part, and identify the second factor as 1.5. So your answer is B, that is the 1. Question number 10. The first five values in a number pattern are represented by the expression below. The pattern continues. How many values in the pattern are less than 100? So here is the first you need to recognize that each term is 4 times the term number, identifies the value of the 25th term as 4 times 25, that is the 100, and determines that 24 values in the pattern are less than 100. So correct answer is B, that is the 24. That is the values in the pattern are less than 100. 11. Julian has 4 videos. Each video is the same length. The total time for all of the videos is 300 seconds. How many minutes long is each video? How many minutes? Determines the number of seconds per video by dividing the total time by the number of videos, that is 75, and then converts from seconds to minutes by dividing the time per video by 60, and converts the total time from seconds to minutes by dividing the number of seconds by 60. So then determines the number of minutes per video by dividing the converted time by the number of videos. So answer is the B is the correct answer, 1.25 minutes. That is the correct answer. Question number 12. The runner drinks half pint of water during a race. How many gallons of water does the runner drink during the race? How many? How many gallons? So they convert the amount of water from the pins to quart by the dividing the number of point by 2, and then converts the amount of water from quarts to gallons by dividing the number of quarts by 4, or uses the reference associated to identify that 2 pints, 1 quart, and 4 quarts, 1 gallon, to determine that 4 pints, 1 gallon, and then converts the amount of water from pints to gallons by dividing the number of points, um, that is by 8. So correct answer is A, that is a 1/6 gallon. 13. The table below shows the recorded height of a bamboo plant after several days of growth. So here you see the days here and height. So the line graph below was made to display the data from the table, but not all the data fit on the graph. So if you see here is a height and date and bamboo growth. So which change would allow all the data from the table to fit on the graph without changing the size of the grid? So what's the correct answer, guys? Recognize that using a scale of 35 for the y-axis would change the values from that is 0, 25, 50, to 250 to 0, 35, 70, 350, which would allow the greatest height from the table to be displayed on the graph without changing the size of the grid. So correct answer is D, that is for the y-axis using the scale of 35 instead of scales of 25. Question number 14. The table below shows the number of pizzas served during the lunch at a school cafeteria over 3 days. So, which pictograph represents the data shown in the table? So, which one is the correct answer? If you see here, here is the number of pizzas served and apply the key to each value in the table using half pizza for odd number of pizza that is 3 and quarter pizza for the half pizza that is 2.5. So correct answer is D, that is the pizza served in cafeteria Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So here is the two pizzas, that is, if you see the key, here is a hole, that is the two pizza. All right, so that is the correct answer, guys. Here is some clue you see and observe, it can help you. 15. A set of stairs is being made from concrete. A picture of the stairs is shown below. What is the value in cubic feet of the set of stairs? So if you see here, that is the stairs, if you see the 5 feet. So first you need to separate the figure into 2 by 5 by 5 rectangular prism. Here is a 2 prism, you see that. So rectangular prism determines the partial volumes to be, that is the 50 cubic feet and 15 cubic feet, and then adds the partial volume or separate the figure into a rectangular prism, and 1 by 8 by 5 rectangular prism determines the partial volumes to be 25 cubic feet, 40 cubic feet, then adds the partial volumes or determines the volume of the greater rectangular prism to be 80 cubic feet, then subtracts the volume of the upper right, that is 1 by 3 by 5, that is the missing rectangular prism. Question number 16. Leon is selling candy bars for a school fundraiser. He raises $3 for each candy bar he sells. The graph shown below represents the total amount of money in dollars and Leon has raised based on the number of candy bars he has sold. So here's a question, guys. Which axis represents the number of candy bars sold? And write the ordered pair that represent the amount of money Leon raises for selling 6 candy bars. So if you see the question here, here is that is the x-axis. That is the number of candy bars sold. The students correctly identify the x-axis as and represent the number of candy bars sold, and write the order pair that represent the amount of money Leon raises for selling 6 candy bar. So here the answer is 6 and 18. All right. So guys, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you soon with another new video. Keep watching, keep practicing, and good luck your math test. Thank you so much, guys.